Every 36 seconds, someone in America dies from cardiovascular disease. And behind many of these tragedies stands a silent, insidious killer: high blood pressure. 1 in 3 adults over 60 has high blood pressure, but most don't realize it's silently destroying their bodies from the inside out. Every minute, someone suffers a devastating stroke due to uncontrolled hypertension, forever altering their life and the lives of those who love them. Are you unknowingly putting your life at risk right now? Before we dive into today's potentially life-saving information, if you care about your health and want to live a longer, stronger life, hit that subscribe button now. We bring you evidence-based health insights every week, knowledge that could literally add years to your life. High blood pressure, or hypertension as doctors call it, takes on a particularly sinister quality after age 60. You see, as our bodies age, our blood vessels naturally lose some of their elasticity. They become stiffer, less forgiving. When you add high blood pressure to this already compromised system, you're essentially forcing water through aging pipes at dangerously high pressures. What makes this condition so treacherous is its absolute silence. Unlike a painful joint or a persistent cough, high blood pressure typically presents no symptoms whatsoever. No pain, no discomfort, no warning signs. Nothing to alert you that with each heartbeat, your vital organs are sustaining cumulative damage. This silent assault targets 3 critical systems in your body. First, your heart. Forced to work harder with each beat, the muscle eventually enlarges and weakens, setting the stage for heart failure. Second, your brain, where damaged vessels can rupture without warning, causing a stroke or vascular dementia. And third, your kidneys, their delicate filtering structures slowly destroyed by the relentless pressure, potentially leading to kidney failure and dialysis. Let me tell you about Harold, a 68-year-old retired teacher I met during my research for this video. Harold felt fine, energetic even. He played with his grandchildren, worked in his garden, and enjoyed his retirement. During a routine doctor's visit, his blood pressure reading came back at 178/95, dangerously high. But Harold waved it off. "I feel great," he insisted to his doctor. "It must be a mistake." 3 months later, while reaching for a book on a high shelf, Harold suddenly felt a strange sensation, like a curtain falling over half his vision. Then came the weakness in his right arm, followed by slurred speech. By the time the ambulance arrived, Harold was experiencing a massive stroke. The damage to his brain left him partially paralyzed on his right side and struggling to form complete sentences. Today, Harold needs assistance with basic daily activities. His independence, the cornerstone of his retirement plans, vanished in an instant. And the most heartbreaking part? It was entirely preventable. Harold's story is not unique. Every day, thousands of people over 60 gamble with their lives by ignoring or minimizing their high blood pressure. They discount the danger because they feel fine. But feeling fine is precisely what makes high blood pressure so deadly. It gives you no reason to act until it's often too late. The damage accumulates silently, day after day, year after year. Each uncontrolled day erodes your arteries, weakens your heart, and threatens your brain. And once that damage manifests as a stroke, heart attack, or kidney failure, much of it cannot be undone. Medicine can manage the aftermath, but it cannot restore what's lost. This is why I'm sharing these 3 life-saving tips today. Each one addresses a critical aspect of blood pressure control that many doctors don't emphasize enough. Together, they form a comprehensive approach that could literally save your life, or the life of someone you love. Let's start with the single most powerful dietary change you can make to naturally lower your blood pressure. One that research shows is more effective than many medications. Tip number 1. Embrace the DASH diet revolution. The DASH diet, which stands for Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension, isn't just another eating plan. It's a scientifically validated approach that can lower your systolic blood pressure, the top number, by up to 11 points. That's equivalent to some prescription medications, but without the side effects. At its core, the DASH approach emphasizes vegetables, fruits, whole grains, lean proteins, and low-fat dairy. But the real secret lies in what it restricts: sodium. Most Americans consume about 3,400 milligrams of sodium daily, more than double the amount recommended for people with high blood pressure. This excess sodium acts like a sponge in your bloodstream, retaining water and increasing the volume and pressure of your blood. But here's what many people don't realize. The salt shaker on your table isn't the main culprit. Over 70% of the sodium in our diets comes from processed foods and restaurant meals. Those convenient frozen dinners, canned soups, deli meats, and takeout orders are slowly killing millions of Americans. Take bread, for instance. A single slice can contain anywhere from 80 to 230 milligrams of sodium. Eat a sandwich with 2 slices, and you've consumed up to 460 milligrams, nearly a third of your daily allowance, before even considering what's between those slices. The solution? Commit to preparing more meals at home using fresh, unprocessed ingredients. When you control the ingredients, you control your health. Replace salt with herbs, spices, citrus, and vinegar for flavor. And when shopping, adopt this simple rule. If it comes in a box, bag, or can, check the sodium content. Aim for products with less than 140 milligrams per serving. But there's more to the DASH approach than just sodium reduction. It also emphasizes potassium-rich foods, like bananas, potatoes, avocados, and leafy greens, which help counteract sodium's effects and relax blood vessel walls. In one landmark study, participants who followed the DASH diet saw their blood pressure normalize in just 14 days. 2 weeks to potentially transform your cardiovascular health. Think about that. However, despite its proven effectiveness, dietary changes alone aren't enough for most people over 60. This brings us to our second life-saving tip, one that's free, requires no prescription, and delivers benefits far beyond blood pressure control. Tip number 2, the movement medicine. Most doctors don't prescribe exercise as medicine. We've all heard this phrase, but few truly understand its profound implications for blood pressure management, especially after 60. The research is unequivocal. Regular physical activity is one of the most effective non-pharmaceutical interventions for hypertension. But here's the crucial part that most health videos won't tell you. You don't need intense, sweat-drenching workouts to reap the benefits. In fact, for adults over 60, moderate activity often provides optimal blood pressure reduction with minimal risk. The science behind this is fascinating. When you engage in physical activity, your heart becomes stronger and more efficient, pumping more blood with less effort. This reduces the force against your artery walls. Simultaneously, exercise stimulates the production of nitric oxide in your blood vessels, helping them dilate and relax. The result? Lower blood pressure readings, often within weeks of starting a consistent routine. But what constitutes enough exercise? The American Heart Association recommends 150 minutes of moderate activity per week. That's just 30 minutes, 5 days a week. And these 30 minutes don't need to happen all at once. 3 10-minute walks spread throughout your day deliver nearly the same benefits as one 30-minute session. Margaret, a 72-year-old participant in a study I reviewed, lowered her systolic blood pressure by 15 points, simply by adding a 20-minute walk after lunch and dinner each day. No gym membership, no special equipment, just comfortable shoes and a commitment to move regularly. For those with joint issues, swimming and water aerobics offer excellent alternatives. The water's buoyancy supports your body weight while providing resistance for muscle strengthening. Even chair exercises, which can be done while watching television, can significantly improve circulation and lower blood pressure. But perhaps the most overlooked form of beneficial movement is simply breaking up periods of sitting. Research shows that standing and moving for just 3 minutes every hour significantly improves vascular function. Set a timer on your phone, and when it sounds, stand up, march in place, or do some light stretching. Remember, consistency trumps intensity. A gentle daily walking habit will do more for your blood pressure than an occasional intense workout. I often tell my patients, motion is lotion for your circulatory system. Each step you take lubricates your vessels, strengthens your heart, and pushes back against the silent progression of hypertension. However, even with perfect diet and exercise habits, you still need our third life-saving tip, the one that provides the crucial feedback loop to ensure your efforts are working. Tip number 3, the home monitoring revolution that's saving lives. If you're over 60 with high blood pressure, this might be the most important health device you'll ever own, a home blood pressure monitor. For decades, we relied solely on occasional doctor's office readings to assess blood pressure. We now know this approach is dangerously inadequate. A phenomenon called white coat hypertension, where blood pressure rises due to anxiety in medical settings, affects up to 30% of people. Conversely, some people have normal readings at the doctor's office but dangerous hypertension at home. Only through regular home monitoring can you and your doctor see your true blood pressure patterns and make informed treatment decisions. Modern home monitors are accurate, affordable, usually between $40 to $100, and incredibly easy to use. The investment is minimal compared to the potential life-saving benefits. Many insurance plans now cover these devices, recognizing their crucial role in preventing costly cardiovascular events. But simply owning a monitor isn't enough. You need to use it correctly and consistently. Here's a simple protocol recommended by cardiologists. Take your reading at the same times each day, typically morning and evening. Sit quietly for 5 minutes before measuring. Keep your back supported, feet flat on the floor, and arm at heart level. Take 2 readings, 1 minute apart, and record both. Bring these readings to every doctor's appointment. This approach provides your physician with a treasure trove of data far more valuable than the single reading taken in their office. It allows them to see patterns, assess treatment effectiveness, and make medication adjustments with confidence. Robert, a 67-year-old patient whose case I studied, discovered through home monitoring that his blood pressure spiked dramatically in the evenings, something no doctor's office visit would have revealed. This discovery led to a simple adjustment in his medication timing, potentially preventing a stroke. Beyond the medical benefits, home monitoring creates awareness and accountability. When you see your numbers improving as you implement dietary changes and increase physical activity, it reinforces these positive behaviors. Conversely, seeing concerning trends motivates timely communication with your healthcare provider. If you take blood pressure medication, home monitoring becomes even more crucial. It helps ensure your medication is working effectively and allows for precise adjustments. Studies show that patients who monitor at home typically require fewer medications at lower doses to achieve target blood pressure. Now, let's address a common question. How often should I check my blood pressure? For most people with hypertension, twice daily monitoring for the first 2 weeks of treatment or lifestyle changes provides an excellent baseline. After that, 2 to 3 times per week is usually sufficient unless your doctor recommends otherwise. These 3 strategies, embracing the DASH diet, implementing regular physical activity, and committing to home monitoring, form a powerful triad in the fight against hypertension. Together, they address the physical, behavioral, and monitoring aspects of blood pressure control. But knowledge without action changes nothing. So I urge you, check your blood pressure today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. If you're over 60 and haven't had your blood pressure checked in the past month, consider this video your wake-up call. The devices are readily available at most pharmacies, grocery stores, and community centers. Many offer free readings. Your future self, and those who love you, will thank you for taking this simple step. Because unlike many health conditions, High blood pressure is eminently controllable. With proper management, you can neutralize this silent killer and add not just years to your life, but life to your years. Have you checked your blood pressure this month? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this information valuable, please hit that like button and share this video. Your simple click might literally save someone's life. Remember, knowledge is power, but only action transforms knowledge into health. Take that first step today.